In this episode, I'm talking about a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that has come about on YouTube. It seems like all the planets are aligned right now. We're going to be talking about some recent changes both on Google and on YouTube. We're going to be talking about how what's possible for you today on YouTube is just an amazing opportunity. In fact, we're going to be talking about 9 reasons why today is the best start a YouTube channel. Let's dive right in. The first reason that I want to share is talking about the YouTube Partner Program. My entire career on YouTube, it's been the same, but it just changed at the beginning of this year, 2025. If you come to the Earn tab and you come down here to eligibility, you'll see that it requires 500 subscribers and it requires 3,000 hours of watch time on the channel. So that's lower. It used to be 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. So in the past, it's taken maybe 3, 4, sometimes 5 months to qualify for the partner program. Now it's going to happen even quicker. The second reason I want to talk about is what you already have on your phone. The camera setup that we have on our smartphones is amazing. We carry our phones with us everywhere. And so what better time is it to be able to use a camera and film wherever we are? Now, I'm currently filming in more of a studio type setup. This is a house, but I've got professional lighting and I've got a camera that can blur the background and make it look really nice. When you can do that, it's great. But you know what? It's actually not required. The most valuable thing you can do in your video is just share really high value. Even if the background isn't blurred, or if you're filming outdoors, or if you're inside and you don't have lights, face a window so you can have light from outside come in. I've had experience with a lot of people who will delay filming because they don't have the best setup yet, or they don't have the right gear, or then when they get the gear, they don't know how to use it. Well, you know how to use your phone, so make sure that's not an excuse. It's better to get started. Done is better than perfect. Okay, here's number 3. We have a lot of access to all different types of media on many different social platforms or television or news, things that we read. Like, we have access to a lot. And the preferred form of content that we consume is video. And it's preferred from a user standpoint. In a lot of cases, there's plenty of exceptions, but it's also preferred from a business standpoint when you're trying to build relationships with people because it involves the most senses, right? We can see, we can hear, but the combination of things allow us to really feel emotions or to engage people emotionally. A lot of other platforms have evolved and changed or updated so that they can include video and so that they can try to compete with YouTube. Even on Google, we often find YouTube content as the #1 recommendation. So video content is in a really good place right now. Reason number 4, I want to talk about gatekeepers, or the absence of gatekeepers. You don't need anyone's permission. You don't need any approval. You don't need to apply and do an audition and get accepted into a program or to a show or anything like that. You can create your own YouTube channel and you're the boss. You're the one that controls the show. So that was a quick one. Now let's go to reason number 5, and that's that the Google search engine has changed. So if you rewind back a couple decades ago, Google was a search engine for websites, but it's changed. It's no longer a search engine for websites. You can't do website SEO and expect to get results like you could 1 and 2 decades ago. But now Google is a content search engine. It's all focused on a single piece of content. And so instead of doing all this complicated SEO, you can just create the right type of content and put it on a search engine that can find it, and people around the world globally will be able to find your content. The reason that this is so great is because a piece of content is way easier to create than a website that you have to spend years of doing SEO before you even get a view from search. Now you can create a piece of content, we'll say a YouTube video, you put that on YouTube, and in the next day or so it can rank at the top of YouTube and even rank at the top of Google, and you'll start getting views globally. So yeah, you put a video on YouTube and you're going to start to get views globally. Okay, reason number 6. Okay, we're going to talk about YouTube analytics. YouTube has made their platform better and better, and the reporting tools are just amazing. It's unbelievable how much data you can find. If you want to find anything, you can just find your way in. There's unique reports that you can create. You can compare this type of video with this type of video. You can create different groups. You can compare different timelines. You can see your progress. Any report that you want to make that's going to show your success, but also compare it to what's not working and you can learn from it. It's leaps and bounds. I would say it's probably 1,000,000 times better, and I'm just making that number up, but better than like LinkedIn analytics. You get a report or two, or Facebook analytics for your organic posts. Those are just non-existent. They throw in a couple graphs to maybe appease you and make you think you're getting analytics. When you actually dive into the Creator Studio in YouTube and go to the analytics, even create some advanced reports, the way that it's curated, the way that they automatically compare things, YouTube has our back. They want us to succeed. And the partner program is another proof of that, where obviously there's a vested interest. We create good content that's going to make us money, and that's going to make YouTube money. Now, I don't have a focus on ad revenue. None of the channels that I produce, except for one, none of them focus on ad revenue, but using analytics to help my channel grow helps me grow my business revenue. So it's extremely valuable, and there's no better platform right now than YouTube with their analytics. All right, now in the world of sales or online sales, we've got funnels, and ClickFunnels kind of came out with split testing. There are other softwares that did it, but Russell Brunson really talked about creating landing pages where you can have two different versions of the page, two different headlines. You can test different things. Well, then for YouTube, TubeBuddy came out with a split testing tool where you could have two different thumbnails, and TubeBuddy would sign into your YouTube account, and each day would rotate the thumbnails. And guess what? In this last year, YouTube launched that feature. So now you don't need TubeBuddy anymore. That was the only reason I used it. Their keyword tool is not good at all. It's actually deceiving. But their thumbnail tool was very helpful. Well, now we don't need it, because right within YouTube, when you upload a video, then down below there's a box that says you can upload your thumbnail. Well, it will allow you to upload 2 or 3 versions if you want, and it will test those 2 thumbnails over the next couple of weeks to see which one performs better. Reason number 8 is multiple languages. This is so cool. Now, it's still kind of in beta mode. Only a few of the channels that I produce have this feature, but I'm hoping that this year this feature comes available to all channels, and that's the ability to upload multiple audio tracks in multiple languages for one video. So let's say you upload a video to YouTube and the native language on that is English, but you have another audio track, and you can hire voiceover people to create that audio track, and let's say it's Spanish and you have one that's German or one that's Mandarin. You can upload those audio files to that same YouTube video. Check this out. Here's an example of Mr. Beast. If you come over to the side and you click on audio track, look how many languages that he has. In fact, I invite you to go to a Mr. Beast video and go to his audio track and see what it looks like and sounds like in different languages. So think about the impact that you can have with one YouTube video with this multiple language feature. So not only are you able to reach the English speaking market, of course USA and England and Australia and other English speakers around the globe, but you can speak to them in their native language. This is amazing. So reason number 9, the one that I saved last for best, all these others are great, but I'm excited to talk about this one. There's a tool that I use that helps you get inside your target audience's head. Like, you know what they want. You can figure it out, and you can make content that really works well in building a relationship. So let me demonstrate this for you. I'm going to use an example from Jason Schroeder, which is cool because in our filming house here, he's actually filming in another room right now. So if I come to this keyword magic tool, this is on SEMrush, by the way, free trials at herokeywordtool.com. I'm going to type in construction manager become. I'm going to turn on the questions button, and let's turn on the word count filter. We'll put it up to 8. Now, I don't know if he's filming any of these topics today, but he's already filmed a lot of these. But take a look. How to train to become a construction manager. So when we talk about getting in the head of your target audience, you can use this tool to know exactly what questions your target audience is asking. Because they're so specific, you can actually know, is this my target audience, or is this, maybe they're more beginners, or, you can judge. So how to become a construction project manager. How long does it take? How to do one without a degree, right? With that question, you know that they're ambitious, but they don't have a degree. Or this person's saying how to become certified construction project manager. So they want to know, what is the training that I need? So the reason that this is so amazing is because you can make videos to exactly answer your target audience's questions. If we go to YouTube right now and I type in construction manager, notice that we find right at the top, Jason Schroeder, 9 months ago he made this video. It's had 47,000 views since then. If I scroll down, there's another video from Jason. So that's the result of this strategy. The opportunity right now on YouTube is so strong. I'd love for you to learn my strategy in more detail, the same strategy I use, the same strategy that Jason uses. I've created another video. I'll link to it right over here. It teaches my YouTube SEO secret strategy. So go watch that video next.